guys, the Big Guy Movie Reviews, and we're going to be talking about okay, what was I talking about? Oh, Dark Skies. Yes, Dark Skies, directed by Scott Stewart, who directed Legion and Priest. Ooh. Yeah, I do not like Priest. I hated that movie. I have no idea what Legion was like. I never saw that movie, but I heard that one was pretty bad too. And when I saw this movie wasn't that good either. And this movie's being advertised as being made by the same people who made Insidious and Sinister. Sinister was an awesome horror film. And I'm looking at the IMDb board to find out what this movie has in common with Sinister and Insidious. Because I haven't seen Insidious, but I know that's a good horror film. Is that we got the same producers. Directors are more influential on making a movie than producers. It's kind of stupid to say that, ooh, we're going to advertise this on the producer angle rather than on the director angle. What? Because the director is a terrible guy. Jason Blum, executive producer, Jeanette Brill, co-producer, Bailey Conway, associate producer, Rick Osasco, associate producer. Yeah, these were the same guys that worked on Insidious and Sinister. Or just coincidentally working on this movie. It's just kind of stupid now. I mean, obviously they felt that was the only way to get people to see this movie. And this is basically Paranormal Activity, but with aliens. So our plot is Lacey Barrett, played by Keri Russell, who's starring now in the TV show called The Americans. I haven't seen that show. I've been wanting to see that show though. She's playing alongside with Josh Hamilton, who plays her husband Daniel. And they have a good life. They have a family, 2 boys, Sammy and Jesse. Sam, played by Caden Rocket. I think this is his first role. And Jesse, played by Dakota Gaio, who was the young Thor from the Thor film. And he's now 13 years old in this one. And they've been having some weird occurrences. The husband has blackouts. Lacey Barrett is a real estate agent and she's trying to sell this one house. And during one time she's trying to sell the house, she why does my head hurt so bad? Yeah, she does that through the glass door in the house she's trying to sell. Yeah, birds hitting the home that they live in. 3 migrations from different directions. Pictures are disappearing. Cans are being stacked up and they don't know how this is happening. There's no forced entry into their home. So they get a security system with cameras, just like the Paranormal Activity movies. See why I'm saying this is just like Paranormal Activity? And when they are using the security cameras, the security cameras go all squiggly, and the husband does a little twiggy and sees something behind the squiggles, and the wife does some research and thinks it could be aliens, and eventually the husband believes that. Meanwhile, the boy Sammy's calling the aliens, the Sandman is doing all this. And one thing that also happens is Lacey Barrett's best friend and neighbor takes Sammy to the pool. And of course, what happens when you go to the pool, you have to take your clothes off. What happens when a boy goes to the pool, he has to take his shirt off. And when he takes his shirt off, we notice that he has bruises all over him. And Lacey's best friend thinks, uh-oh, child abuse. Well, obviously, we the audience know that the aliens doing it, but she doesn't know that, and it makes her turn against her best friend. Accusations come around, and brings up a lot of suspense for them because now the whole area is turning against them, and even if they were to tell the truth that aliens are visiting them and are abusing the little boy, that they're not going to believe him. They're probably going to think they're crazy. They're just using that as an excuse to hide the child abuse. And Lacey finds this expert, played by J.K. Simmons, who was the best part in the movie. And apparently he's the same thing as happening to that is happening to them as has happened to him. He said, you probably have the implants already inside of you. Implants? Yeah, they're right behind your ear. Behind my ear? That's just a rash. No, that's what they want you to think. See, I have one here too, and it burrows deeper when I tried to remove it one time. But a lot of this stuff is goofy, like the pictures disappearing, or the blackouts, or Lacey banging her head into the glass. That's more. It seems more comical than suspenseful. And then there's the problem with loud noises. Well, apparently they've been hearing this ringing in their ears because I guess it's because of the implants, and that's usually precedes a scare, and that's just kind of stupid. One of the scenes has Jesse riding home from his friends, one of his friends, Kevin Ratner, who's this older boy. I think he's like 15, played by L.J. Bennett, and he's riding home at night, and then the streetlights go out one by one. 3 of them, but really nothing happens. So part of me's thinking like, what was the point of that scene? That was a bad way of making suspense. So, and when they eventually see the aliens look terrible. The CGI on them looks really, really bad. I'm thinking that maybe they should have gone to the Jim Henson Creature Factory and asked them to make the aliens, because they did a great job. One of my favorite sci-fi shows, Farscape. That would have been, or maybe the people that made the aliens in the X-Files. That might have been a little better, because these aliens really look terrible. The acting was pretty good. Kerry Russell was great. J.K. Simmons was awesome. Josh Hamilton was a little bit over the top, but he wasn't too bad. The kids were pretty good, but really this is not a good movie because you got a terrible director, so it's just really not that good. So rating it, I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 because there are some generally suspenseful moments, just not an entirely good film. And if you want to see it, fine, but I really wouldn't recommend it. I'd say it's a rental. And that's all I got to say about Dark Skies.